I know I say this every year if I've done this tag every year, but I can't believe we're talking about the end of the year already because it's not time. We're still in fall. But either way, we're going to do this tag. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nakia. Welcome to my channel. And we have a special guest, my cat Daisy, because I'm in her spot. So, right? I'm in your spot. Yes. So she's going to be here for the tag questions. Yes, so as I said in the intro, we are here for the end of the year book tag. And I couldn't believe when I started seeing these videos pop up around BookTube. I was like, is it that time already? Because I think the last time I did this tag video, I did it like in late November. So this time I'm early, I'm on time because we have autumnal questions and we're still in fall. So I wanted to get this in at the right time of year this year. So without further ado, let's get on into these tag questions. And I will have the original tag video linked below, which was done by Ariel Bissett, as well as all the tag questions in case you want to answer them yourself. But starting off with question number 1, are there any books you started this year that you still need to finish? Now I'm here at my computer so I can see my Goodreads, and I have a shelf called To Pick Back Up Later. So these are books that are soft DNFs, if you don't know, did not finish. So these are books that I put in this category, meaning like I do want to finish it eventually. And the ones that are on this list from this year are A Dark and Stormy Murder, Artemis by Andy Weir. You all don't know about that because I was listening to it as an audiobook, narrated by Rosario Dawson. That's the reason I picked it up because I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And then I have Unmasked, book 1 in the Blake Breyer series. This was a like thriller. It has to do with Washington, D.C. and cryptocurrency and that kind of stuff. Another one that I was listening to as an audiobook and I just wasn't really that into it. Wasn't really that into Artemis either, but I was like, maybe it's just me. And A Dark and Stormy Murder is a cozy mystery book. So all of these just weren't grabbing my attention. Do I think I'm going to go back to them this year? Probably not. But I do have one that I do want to try to finish this year. Let me grab it. This one is When Things Get Dark, edited by Ellen Datlow. As you see, I picked this up from my library. Let's move that out the way. This is a collection of short stories inspired by Shirley Jackson, which if you do not know, Shirley Jackson wrote The Haunting of Hill House. And I've already read 2 stories from this book. I have a strange relationship with this because both stories left off with an ambiguous ending. And usually I don't like that, but for some reason, these were just still entertaining to me and atmospheric. And so I do want to pick up more of these stories. I don't know if I'll go through all of them because every author, of course, I'm not interested in. But the 2 stories I've read so far are For Sale by Owner by Elizabeth Hand and Take Me, I Am Free by Joyce Carol Oates. I would say between the 2 of those, I liked For Sale by Owner more. That one was longer also. But again, I was irritated at the end of the story because of the way they left off, but the For Sale by Owner, I still enjoyed it. I just wish the ending was more definitive, but I did enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other stories I like in this book. I've already looked at some other ones and was like, that's not for me. So I still want to get through as many of these as I can before the end of this year. Let's move on to the next question. You good back there, BB? She's sleeping, so yes. Okay. Question number 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Why, yes, I do. In case you have not seen my fall TBR, I will link it here. But I talked about quite a few books that I want to read this fall. And this one I picked for the beginning of November, end of October, because this book takes place or starts off on Halloween night. And I'm speaking of Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I swear if I don't get to this book, I am. I can't wait to read it because this is the one that's like a Groundhog's Day situation. There's this mom who sees her son murder a man and then she wakes up the next day and the murder has not happened and she has to figure out how to stop it. And why is her son killing somebody? What's going on? I've heard such great things about this book. And again, as I said, it starts on October 31st, Halloween night. So this will definitely be a good one to transition me into the very end of the year, I guess. Question number 3. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Why, yes. Not many though. Most of my anticipated book releases have already come out, but I do have 3. One will be out by the time you see this video, and that is Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. I believe this is a haunted house story from what I remember. It takes place in like an apartment building, and that's all I remember right now. And then the next one you should already know because I have talked about this book so many times. I don't need to say anything else. But this one is The Second Strange by Martin Griffin. It is coming out on November 7th. Finally, it was supposed to come out earlier in the year and got pushed back. So I am still waiting and can't wait. It better be good after all this time. But this is the one where this woman is working at a hotel in the middle of nowhere. There's a snowstorm and these two guys show up. One is supposed to be the sheriff and one is supposed to be the prisoner that was being transported by the sheriff. And she has to figure out who is who because the prisoner is dangerous. And like I said, she has to figure out who it is before it's too late. At least that's what I think. And lastly, we have book number 2 in the Molly the Maid series. I don't know if this is going to be a long series or what, but we got 2 books so far. This one is The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose. And if you don't know, The Maid was in my top 5 books of 2022. So I cannot wait. I hope this one is as good or better than The Maid. It's going to be a good end of the year. I never have anything for December. If you have any December anticipated releases that you think I may be interested in, drop them in the comments below. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. What are 3 books that you want to read by the end of the year? I'm still working on my fall TBR list. I have not created my winter one yet. I don't even know everything. Well, I do know one book that's going to be in there, which is going to be part of this question. But anyway, first up, I have Pines by Blake Crouch. This was also part of my fall TBR video list. I talked about how the forest makes me think of fall, so that's what we got. But this is the one where a Secret Service agent shows up in this town, Wayward Pines, and when he gets there, it seems like he's stuck. There's no cell reception, and there's like a fence around the whole town, and he doesn't know if the fence is to keep things out or keep the people in. So it also says on Goodreads, this is a horror, it's a mystery thriller. It's Blake Crouch, who I love, so I can't wait to get to this one. Like, it took everything to keep me from reading this in October, so I can't wait. And then next we have Death in the Family by Tessa Weggert. And this is an isolated, closed circle, closed room, I believe, type of mystery. We have an investigator that is checking on this rich family where one of the members of the family has died. And of course, everyone in the family is a suspect. And again, they are going to be stuck on this island because there is a rainstorm. Sounds so comfy, cozy. I can't wait. All of these are going to be so good. I hope, I think. And then the third book that I cannot wait to get to before the end of the year is the 5th book in the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. As I already know and have heard, the series just gets darker from here. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also nervous. These are just always so comfy, cozy for me. I do it in tandem with the audiobook. I plan to read this at the very end of December because I will have all my end of the year content done, or I'll be working on it. I won't be reading any more books that will be added onto my end of the year list. So this one will just be for me to cozy up in front of my Christmas tree and just enjoy. So I'm looking forward to it. As I said about this one and all the other ones. Let's move on to the next question. All right. Question number 5. Is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Why? Yes, of course. I think Pines by Blake Crouch could shock me and become a favorite of the year because I love Blake Crouch and I've heard so many good things about this book. I do think The Second Stranger could become a new favorite because, again, I've been anticipating it so much, but I don't know because I don't think they usually go well for me, my anticipated book releases, but we'll see. I think those 2. We'll go with those. And the last question. Have you started making reading plans for 2024? Have you lost your mind? No. I'm not even gonna lie, I have not been thinking about BookTube lately. I've been enjoying Halloween in October, and also I have not been feeling the best health-wise. It's nothing serious, just a cold and some other stuff. I've been resting and just trying to just enjoy. So I have not started planning for next year, but of course I know I need to look at the 2024 anticipated releases list. I have some books there already, but I need to get more so I can do my 24 books I'm looking forward to reading in 2024 video or something like that. My winter TBR video will cover December, January, and February, but I have not created that yet. I don't even know what I'm going to put on it, which is weird. Of course, there will be snowy books and some Christmassy books, but for January, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know. So the answer is no, I don't know. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A short and sweet tag video. I wanted to get this done though, because I do like to look back on my answers from the previous year. I think I did it in 2022. I know I did it in 2021, I believe. I can't even keep track. But it is fascinating to me to see what I said and if I kept up with the answers or whatever. And yes, as I said, feel free to answer any of these questions that you so choose in the comments down below. I would love to hear your answers, especially if you have any plans for next year, because as I said, I don't yet. And that's rare for me. But I think because I do seasonal TBRs now, I take them by every 3 months. So I have another month before I really need to start thinking about January. I'll probably start really really thinking about it in December, and we're not there yet. Also, let me know if there are any 2023 book releases that you are still looking forward to for November and December. Again, I'm curious, and maybe there's something you'll mention that I forgot about. And of course, if you want to let me know that you made it this far in the video and or you don't have an answer to any of these questions, you can leave me a, let's go with some kind of winter emoji because this is for the end of the year. So snowflake, snow cloud, whatever you can think of for the end of the year. Surprise me. You know, I love that. And as I said before, I will have these questions linked below as well as the original creator. And I will also have all of these books that I mentioned linked below. And ways you can support my channel are always linked below as well. And so I think that covers everything, my beautiful people. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.